In Broward County who uses robotics. Welcome.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us today. Can you share something about yourself and your current role?
Sure. I teach middle and high school students in Broward County at Cypress Run Education Center. And robotics is part of the curriculum, and I enjoy teaching it, and the students really enjoy when we do robotics in the classroom.
So how did you become interested in teaching about robots?
So actually, there'll be some people here later from Broward County. I joined a personal learning community when I was in higher ed. That's how I know Vicki. So I worked at FAU for many years, but then I became a teacher in Broward County. I joined a personal learning community, and they shared with me robots, and that's how I became interested in them and how I started teaching them in the classroom.
And how did you prepare yourself to begin teaching robots?
I just kind of dove in. Yeah. So I was doing coding anyway,
Right.
and then just incorporated because there is a lot of coding that goes with the robots,
Right.
and then just kind of dove in with the different kinds. So some of them we build, some of them we just run, and I have some of all.
So you're kind of self-taught.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, for sure.
But it helped you to have coding background.
It definitely,
It definitely
yes.
helped you to have.
Yeah.
So how do you integrate robots into the standard curriculum?
So it is part of my curriculum because I teach computer science, so I have the flexibility to teach robotics, but I think it's really important because it's so real world and it's something that the students really relate to, like they can understand. One of the robots I have here today is made by the same company that makes the Roomba vacuums.
Wow.
And it looks like a Roomba, so they
Wow.
have a lot of fun coding it, and it's something a lot of them have and can relate to. So when it's something they can see in their own world, it may make that connection. It's easier to get them engaged in what you're teaching.
Right, and that hands-on learning is
Exactly.
really huge. So their response to using robots, I think you've already covered that, is really they get excited about
They
it. I'll
do,
bet.
they do, they do. And it's challenging, and there's different levels, so it becomes more challenging as you go along. So,
Right.
yeah, but very.
Do you think some of them become interested in pursuing robotics?
I do,
as
I
a
definitely
career?
think so. And I try to show them where this relates to careers also, because we're also a career and technical school.
Right.
So I try to show them automated cars and automation, and then make that connection to what we're doing with robotics.
Oh, I'll bet that's great. What do you find to be rewarding about teaching robots?
I enjoy it myself, so I think when I'm engaged and I enjoy what I'm teaching, it definitely makes it a lot more fun, and
Right.
it's not like work. It's like you're doing what you love
Like
to
you're
do.
doing what you love. If you're doing what you
Right.
love, it's
It's a
not
lot more
work.
fun.
Right?
Exactly.
What are some of the challenges you experience as you teach robotics?
Just staying ahead of, up to date with the curriculum, and I always do the lessons, before I teach them. So planning out what I want to teach, and I try to do different things. So just, staying ahead with professional development so
Right.
that I know what I'm doing.
Well, it's a constantly changing field, so I imagine that is one of the biggest challenges, is to
It
keep
is.
up with the technology.
Yeah, and just to continually improve your skills so that you can teach more advanced concepts.
Stay one step ahead of your students.
Sure.
Right?
And lean on them, especially when it comes to build. A lot of them are gonna have experience with Legos or mechanical in nature and can put things together.
Right.
So, kind of let them take the lead and you be the guide on site.
That's great. That's great. And so how do you address those challenges for the most part?
Just not. You have to just be prepared to fail.
Yes,
So-
right.
And
Learn
learn
together.
right, and learn from your failure. And as long as you set the stage ahead of time, especially if it's something that you're doing for the first time, they're usually on board with.
Have you found any coursework that you have found for yourself that
Sure,
that
there's a
keeps
lot
you
of,
up to
yeah.
date?
All of the educational robots usually have some type of curriculum and professional development, and I try to take advantage of a lot of that. And Broward County has a lot. I'm in a robotics personal learning community also, so
Right.
I network with a lot of the people that teach robotics in
And
Broward
share
County.
ideas and share strategies for teaching.
And equipment and stuff like that. There's a lending library, so if we
Oh,
engage
wow.
with the personal learning community, we get access to more robots that we don't have to buy ourselves, or with the school budget.
Right, oh, that's great,
Yes, so
that's
that's
great.
really
That really
great.
kind of keeps you on
And it
top
allows
of
us
it.
to like change, so like halfway through the year, we can change the robots. We do.
And so when you incorporate some of these educational robots into your curriculum, do the companies provide ways of integrating it into curriculum?
Yeah,
and
so they usually,
integrating it into
a lot of them do.
standards?
A lot of them provide curriculum that you can adapt,
Right.
lesson plans and things like that.
Which is great.
Yeah,
That's
huge.
a real
Yeah,
help for
yes.
you.
Yeah, because it's hard. I mean, with AI now, you can create your own lessons, but it's easier to start with something
Start
that
with something
exists.
that
So
is-
somebody,
right.
you don't have to reinvent the wheel. if
That's
somebody
right,
did it
yeah.
already.
Right, so you can start with something and maybe modify
Especially
it
in the
as you go
beginning
along.
concepts, when you're just getting started,
Right.
there's a ton of stuff out there.
And what grades do you teach? You teach 6, 7,
So I do
and 8?
robotics mostly with middle school, but I a lot of the kids that had me or know about it that are in high school, I try to give them opportunities when we have free time
Right.
to at least play with the robot.
Right, oh, yeah, I'll bet they come back and want to play with it,
They
right?
do. Uh-huh.
So, but the high schools take advantage of some of these.
Yes, there are different levels of robots and different types of curriculum.
Right, so
Um,
they
and
can grow. They
yes.
can leave middle school having learned from you and then go on to high school
And a lot of the
learn more.
schools like participate in district challenges, statewide and national
Right.
robotics challenges.
And clubs, robotics
Oh, yeah.
clubs, right, that are available. And you really set your students up to be able to join those robotics
Yes.
clubs, which is great.
Yes, I'm trying to launch actually a club at my school. That's something and actually change one of my classes so that I have a robotics course
Right.
on the books.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so
That's
hopefully
great.
in January.
Right,
Yeah.
oh, that's fun.
Yes.
That's fun. So you're going to be doing a demonstration a little bit later of a robot.
So I have the iRobot, which is the one that's made by the same company that makes the Roomba, and I have some mini Spheros, which are just like that looks like a soccer ball.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So good. Well,
Yeah,
is there
we'll
anything
see.
else you want to add?
No, I'm excited to
Well,
be here and see
you'll
what everybody
see-
else has available.
You'll see Nancy again when she goes and tries to
Show off my stuff.
show off her stuff.
Thanks,
Thank you
Pat.
so much for joining
Yeah.
us.